Okay, a very good afternoon, good morning. I don't see anyone on the good morning side, and neither good evening. From ZA6YI, operating the DATV Sunday Worldwide Net, we wish to welcome everybody on frequency today. We also want to take this opportunity of thanking the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to use our satellite on theirs, to share it on it. We also wish to thank the AMSAT DL people, AMSAT DK, or UK, and of course the BATC, three wonderful organizations that have made this possible for amateurs in mostly Africa, Europe, and a part of South America to be able to have contacts, QSOs, via this wonderful satellite in full color, high definition television. Today we have quite a large list, so we'll run through that quickly. But before there, I just have an announcement to make. I'm making a few of these things for some of the members of our group. Now somebody's phoning me. Who would that be? Decline. So I've made a bigger one. That was my first example, but it's very expensive to post. So I made a little bit of a smaller one, which is easier to handle, and it works quite well. So I'm going to, I think I made about 10 or so, 20 of the things. Fortunately, my daughter arrives from the UK tomorrow. She's only here for 6 days, her and my little grandson William, and then they fly back to London next Saturday. And then they immediately go in somewhere with her husband, and they'll be gone for a few days. And then when she gets back, I've asked her to start posting these things to the various members of the DATV club that comes on regularly. So I'd like to have your postal addresses, please, where she can post them to, because I want to make the stickers and little envelopes. She can just pack them, and when she gets there, she goes and posts them locally. It'll be a lot cheaper, and you'll get them probably a bit quicker too. So, for all those on the list, plus others, I know 2 guys have already got. We were testing them out there. So it'll be the rest of the list. Anyway, let's have a look who's on the list while we're on at it. We have Leon next. Hello, Leon. ZS1 Mike. And then to Fabiano, who's been playing with dishes. He can tell us more about that. And then Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. And yeah, we're also looking forward to hearing about Fabiano's dish, Benno. And then hello, Peter, GW7BZY. You pass it to Brian. Brian, yeah, our deepest sympathies with the loss of your brother, I think it was. Certainly condolences from our side. And then we have ZA6 Mike Charlie also listening, by the way, on YouTube. There's a number of G0KOE. He will be G8KOE rather. Martin will be listening or watching on YouTube as well. And then we go to Phil. Sorry, yeah, Brian to Phil. Mike 0 Papa India Tango. Phil, I want to apologize. You were testing and I was testing, and then I put a carrier on just to quickly check something when your carrier dropped. I hope I didn't interfere with your test. I didn't want to interfere at all. I just wanted to quickly see if the thing was right, because I was really in a hell of a hurry. So I hope I didn't upset your test there, but I apologize for that very bad amateur radio operating procedure. Bert, Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta to take it after Phil, and then hello Mike. And yeah, I bet you've been up to a lot recently, so we look forward to seeing that. And then Paul is only available until 1500. I presume that's UTC, so you'll be able to fit an over in. Okay, so back to Leon it comes. Let me just get the microphone there. Oopsie. Leon, will you please take it? ZS1 Mexico from ZS6 Yankee India.
Okay, Gary, I'll keep it short so that we can have Paul in as well. Right, ZS6 Yankee India and the whole group from ZS1 Mike saying hi to everybody. I think it's all good afternoon. Yeah, Ed is not here, so it's no good morning. Okay, I'm on this camera today, seeing that I had problems, but this is my normal camera, but that is also fine now. It was some software hookup or something in the computer, but it seems to have cleared now. So otherwise, no news from this side. It was raining earlier today and last night, heavy lightning storms. Gary, interesting, we were under load shedding, so there was no power from the grid, but still the lightning managed to trip my earth leakage, because when the power came on after the load shedding, yeah, the lights are on and so on, but no plugs. And then I realized, I go and have a look at the switchboard. Yeah, the earth leakage tripped. I heard something, but I thought it was just a flash over or something, you know, of the lightning, but it was actually through the earth leakage strip. Okay, that's enough from me. Fabiano, over to you. Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Delta for the group from ZS1 Mike.
Hello, good morning, good evening, sound check. Hello, good morning, good evening, sound check. Gary. Hello, good morning, good evening. Okay. Sound check. Yep. Hello everyone, thank you very much to receive me on this net. Okay. Many people today: Gary, Leon, Fabiano, Benno, Peter, Brian, Phil, Bert, Mike, Paul. Hello to everyone. Yeah, from my side, I will take more short because many people there. Yeah, I had some news this week. I got a new dish. Yeah, it was a nice task to complete, to remove the antenna. It was in the top of apartment in Lisbon. I went there, removed it, everything went okay. I installed it the Thursday. I installed it. Okay, I can show very shortly. Let me share my laptop screen. Yeah, just not much new, but this is the antenna on the apartment. It was very close to the airport. You see the airport, there is the Lisbon International Airport. We went there, we cut the screws, remove it, and it was not difficult. It was not difficult to remove and get it working. This is my dish. Let me see. So I clean it, painted a little bit, very solid stand. Yeah, here is my that is not that is not the best position to take a photo, but I only noticed it late. Yeah, we fixed the stand on the garage roof. We make a hole and fix it, everything. There is some lemons I got from the neighbor. The neighbor had a lemon tree very near. I asked him, let me take some lemons from here. Yeah, this is my friend Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Zulu Yankee, Mr. Teofilo, lived very close my home. He went here to help me. Yeah, it was very easy, nice to fix the antenna. There is some labels yet. Well, this is my garage. the antenna installed and the position. Yeah, already aligned it. Was not complicated to align. Just I noticed it is very critical to align. There is a screw rod. This makes the task very easy to adjust the elevation. The first time I aligned it, a so big dish. I did some alignment with small dish is 1 meter, 1.25, but never 2 meters is much more critical. But it was not complicated. We make very little steps here, and we can notice it's very easy. The signal on the mini tuner, you can see the changes. Well, everybody knows that. Let me see another photo. Yeah, that is antenna. Align it. I had some lens. I put a lens here and fixed the lens with a paper tape, just temporary. It's not the final. This is not my potty. This potty is from Teófilo, my friend. He gave me just to some test. My potty is they are working on it. They will build and make a new one. I installed a pigtail adapter, the Nokia Heliax connector. This is the Bullseye LNB. Well, I had some issues here with the, let me see, yeah, not much. Okay. No much. One photo I want to show you. Thursday we had a very huge sandstorm from Sahara. Looks how is Lisbon. This image is from Lisbon side, probably at St. George Castle. Is a castle on the center of Lisbon. Not just it's pretty close to the downtown. There you can see the 25 APO bridge. Here is the Tejo River. Here is the Atlantic Ocean, the open Atlantic Ocean. Here you see Tejo River. The 25 APO bridge is a copy of San Francisco Bridge. It's totally equal. It's a copy. Here you can see the Christ statue. Is a copy of Rio de Janeiro Christ statue. There is a history about some how to say, I forgot the name from church. It went there in the Rio de Janeiro and they built a copy. I live 20 kilometers from here to the south. Here is to south. Lisbon is at the north border. There is the south border. I live 20 kilometers nearby here to the south direction. Yeah, but you can see very huge sandstorm. It's unbelievable. I was there putting the antenna, fixing the antenna. It's unbelievable. The sand came to the dish, to the LNB and black parts. It was very easy to see. I put my laptop on table to tune the antenna. When I looked at the laptop, it was fully with sand. Is almost orange that I removed that. I cannot stay too much long here with the laptop. Then I went inside home. Well, about the results, my signal from beacon came from 8 dB to 11.2, normally 7.8, 7.9, came to 11.2 peaks, maximum 11.2 dBs, D6.3. Huge improvement. I use 33% less power now to reach the same amount of signal. I'm using around 19 watts now, something 19 watts. Just installed DATV Easy a few minutes ago. the measurement is quite different from the previous version, but I believe it to the signal I have here. Oh, I can hide a little bit. Yeah, more to, yeah, here around 19 watts. This is around 19 watts using. Yeah, some phenomenal is working, investigating from my side. My carrier lock is not always good as my signal looks like. I not understand. We are trying to troubleshoot, and Leon Gary is helping me, and other people is helping me to try to understand, try to troubleshoot, and the connectors, some noise from somewhere. I don't know. It's still under investigation, but for the all installation looks okay. That's it. Sorry for the long mic. This is the information. Long story short, from my side, everything is okay. Normal work week. The sandstorm is still there, but it's much more or less almost finished. And the working from my side is keep doing. I keep improving. I will work on my potty. A friend of mine is building the potty. Then I will replace that potty for the final one. Okay, I go now to Beno, the helicopter guy. I was talking to him yesterday. Very nice conversation. Beno, bedankt. Back to you. Go to you, microphone. From Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Delta from Portugal. Let's put some funny caveman.
Yeah, hi guys. Nice to see you all again. And I wonder what happened on that that log-on sheet, Gary, because I was in my car when I logged into the sheet. Just did the almost weekly forest walk, fox hunting, 10k this morning. 10 transmitters. One was not working well, so found 9 and did a little over 10k in the woods. Despite the weather, we have some hail, some rain, it's about 4 or 5 degrees outside. It's not very nice today. Between the rain showers it's dry, we say in Holland, so it's okay to walk, do a good run in the forest. And I managed to be back on time, dressed, showered, had lunch, so perfect on time. But I never, while I was logging on to this sheet, I never put that whole story behind it, because I saw this yesterday, as Fabiano already said. So someone has written that behind me, but it doesn't matter. It's fun, it's good, Fabiano. A big dish is high value, makes life much easier, and yeah, not everyone will fit a dish like that on the roof or on the backyard. Especially the backyard is obviously a big problem but like you, I also put it on the roof of my garage, and yeah, you don't have lots of problems then with it. So probably it needs to be there, make it a little bit more easier. Yeah, I did a lot this week, but not much for the ham, only updating all the stuff. Owen gave me a new beta test version 4.5, which runs flawlessly here, but I'm only using that for transmission. And yeah, I tried the DATV Easy, but probably due to all my changes over the last weeks, I have not been able to manage to get that one working correctly. Probably something simple or something intervening on my computer. I haven't put much time in that. I did build a Pico tuner, which is one of the next developments, well, current developments of the PATC. The Pico tuner, the mini tuner, which accommodates the Pico as a output to USB, and that one works fine with me so far. I'm still playing a little bit with it. Dave gave me a new test version for the ride to test on the Pico, and that works. So the ride is now also capable in using the Pico as a USB coupling to the mini tuner, and port down is working already for some weeks. So things go nice, and yeah, I just test them, and apparently it works, because I'm looking next to me. There is a ride system, and I'm looking at that on the new Pico tuner. So that works nice. The Pico tuner itself, one of the new issues is that it can run on USB. It pulls about 800-900 milliamps on the USB port, which is fine on a modern PC, but look at your PC if your PC can run with it, and more if you run it on a ride or on a ports down. Does the Raspberry can work with that? At least the power supply of because mine is complaining about power issues. Obviously, because the cable is too long for the 5 volt on the 5 volt input of my ports down. And it runs on the USB. It can also run on 12 volt. It has also the original schematic in there, and there's a jumper to choose the USB side or a 12 volt external power supply to power the mini tuner and the tuner itself. Like I said, around 800-900 milliamps it pulls. Sometimes people talk about 700. I have tried 2 different mini tuners to check how much power actually it does, and it's close to every time it was over 800 for me. But then again, that's not too bad as well for a USB port. Well, that's basically it. I don't have the chat on. Did I miss something on the chat? Where is the chat? Show us. Show us. Yes, I can. But that's a little bit difficult. Is it? Let's see if my dash cam is working today, because I haven't prepared that one. So my shaky cam. So this is my ride system with the infrared receiver here and some buttons to accommodate, and it's powering a Pico tuner, and it's not very nice to see because it's kind of messy at the moment. I mean, I'm driving two Pico tuners there very close to each other, but you can see it's quite empty here. There's no power in here, and still this mini tuner works. I actually put because the 3.3 volt regulator I don't have yet. It's on back order, but so I put something else on there with some cooling there to accommodate this 800 milliamps. This one is the digital one. It does about 400 or 500 milliamps, and this is the analog one, and it's driving a 1 volt. And you have to transport LEDs here, despite the ride only receives one channel. So I think we have to wait for that. If I use OpenTuner on that, you get one for transport 2 and the green one for transport 1, which is the bottom one on OpenTuner. So the Pico with the USB on the back, going with some wires to a plug, to a decent big plug. Yeah, it gets very difficult to see if you look on a small screen, but I think you get the idea. And despite me putting something here, it's not connected yet. And the jumper, which is just over on this edge, it's, sorry, there it is. There's a jumper which accommodates for the USB port / external power supply. Okay, well, that's basically it. Let's go quickly back to my face. That way you don't see the mess in my my room. Yeah, I'm quite happy, and even the tuner itself, no problems with the holes mic. It fits flawlessly, and I think it's a great build from your end. And if we figure out the back order issue or the availability order of that 3.3 volt and 1.1 volt regulators, that's always an issue. The rest is pretty common, most of it through hole and quite easy. I also have the parts for the Allen-B, but I have not played with it yet. I don't need it on this end, so I'm still wondering if I'm going to build it. But I have a few other boards to try, so probably end up building one of those for a local ham who asked me to build one for him, and give it to him eventually after I finished it. And probably that one needs the Allen-B voltage driver, which is also available on the board and can be driven from the Pico. Okay, that's all from my end. Passing it on to To who? I wonder. I'm passing it on to my friend Peter. GW7 BZY. Take the frequency from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo Victor.
Thank you, Gary. I think I'll pick it up. I don't think Peter's come up. He can come up after me. Oh, that worked. Shut the audio off. Yeah, I've thanks for the mention of the death of my brother. It's been a bit of a long road because we only managed to get his funeral arranged for next week. The so-called doctor's strike held it up because we couldn't get the death certificate or cause of death on the death certificate. So of course without that over here we couldn't arrange funeral. Plus the some of the older grandchildren, brothers and sons wanted to be pallbearers, so that had to be gone through. So that was what I've been up to. I've been fitting a little bit. I built one of these for a friend, the Pluto, the Alden Pluto PTT PCB, the low profile one for him. That's Jeff G0 DDX. Must let's put a picture up. Must get him to get his finger out. He's got the equipment. I think he's just got to get his amp working. But anyway, we've built that. That's about it, apart from a clapper board. So I'll give it a check to show that it's used. So that's really it. Not a lot of other excitement really. Just ordered a few parts from DigiKey, which I'm not too excited about. You know, 2 days, placed the order, express shipping, 2 days, it turns up in the UK, gets to Doddington. 2 days later there's been a delay. I've still not got the package, won't get it till next week. 2 days to get it from the States, 5 days to get it in the UK, just down the road. It's ridiculous. There we go. No rush, not got the PCB yet. So that's about it from my end. So I'll hand it round. Who are we going to next? Ooh, who is it? It's Phil, I think, isn't it? And the call sign's gone right out of my head. M0PIT G6HFS in the Sunday net.
Afternoon, guys. Excuse the voice, it's a bit croaky. I've Just had a cold, that's all. Getting over it now, but my voice is a bit croaky and it will give out. So I've got some liquid here to keep the old voice going. Yeah, Brian, condolences. I'm sorry to hear about your brother. Yeah, not nice. Yeah, there's not much more I can say, but well, I think we've all been there at times, and yeah, not nice. Anyhow, Gary, thanks for the offer of the clapperboard, but as you are probably aware, I do have one. Mine's a professional one. Cost me all of about £3 on eBay, but there we go. As it appeared to be me that started the clapperboard, maybe I should start another one. I had a look through my photographic equipment, which I don't use anymore, because it's all what I call wet photography. And in the box, I found that colour chart. Look at that. Yeah, so maybe that everybody starts to acquire one of these. But no, anyhow, put it up there out of the way. Yeah, right. The ongoing saga of sound sync and why it sometimes drifts out or changes. I have now got to the bottom of it. Admitted, I run Linux, and I don't know if that has a bearing on it, but my findings are now that the problem I can't even say it because of my cold. The problem lies with OBS. OBS is the problem. And it appears that if there is any changes, and that includes, in Windows terms, you guys call it drivers, on Linux they're called kernel modules. If they change, stroke update, OBS doesn't like it, and it will alter the video delay. I believe that's what it alters, the video delay on the camera. And to resolve that, and this happened to me earlier on in the week because there was an update and it went out again. And what I did was to remove the camera totally from OBS and reinstated it. And that brought it back to the normal settings, which on my machine for both cameras, the audio sync is delayed by 300 milliseconds. And when it goes out due to a change, that will go to, could be as much as 1.2 seconds. So it's a massive change. But now on OBS on Linux, for me, all I do is just remove the camera and reinstate it. Bang, and it's back to where it was. So that's my findings. I don't know if it has the same effect on Windows, I don't know. But that's what I found on my machine. I haven't really done much else during the week. Other than feel sorry for myself. I haven't done any building or anything like that, any electronics or anything. So I don't really have much else to report. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it short, and I'm going to hand it over to Bert, PA3A0D. So yeah, because my voice is going to give out. I don't have much else to say. I will stay around for a second over, just in case there's some questions or anything. I don't think there will be, but anyhow. So I'm going to put up a test card, and then I'm going to kill Carrier, and I'm hoping that Bert can take over from me.
Yeah, okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I left some room for Peter, TW7BZY, but he was not coming up. Maybe still have some problems there. Okay. Yeah, a lot of work done last week, but that was more for the QRL, not for the hobby. Did some other things. Oh, first I got maybe some other things to show. I saw a lot of people, a couple of them with some model airplanes and that kind of stuff. I got here my new engine, and that's a 4-stroke 20cc 1 kilo of aluminium. So that I have to build in then in a new plane. But yeah, it's also one of the other hobbies. But that's sideways. For the rest, I did last Friday. Did something on my amplifier. I can show maybe something. I just switch over to the other camera. Let's see. How made? Let's see. A small PCB with some components has to be placed. In the backside will 2 LCD bars with LED bars, 2 LED bars, and yeah, a lot of components has to be placed on the front there. So that has to be done also, but that's not the most important thing. Yeah, for the rest, yeah, the coax relay is mounted with the connection. Also, the input/output for this is then the output for the water cooling. Yeah, and some other things, but yeah. But it took me a whole afternoon to get just those small wires, And the front looks like I showed you before, but this is the front side. No text on it at the moment, but will be done later then. Yeah, so that's all I've done last week. Oh, let's put the other camera back. Oh, that's so not much. Let's see what Mike has to tell. He's been away, I heard, so probably have to tell a whole lot of things. Mike, for you, T0 MJW from Pop Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Yeah, I'm conscious that Paul said he has to leave at 2:15, so I'll be relatively quick as well. I was in Geneva for the past week, so I wasn't able to participate in the Sunday net because I was flying out, so that's why I wasn't around. I did watch it on YouTube afterwards. Anyway, that amplifier's looking good. I find the amplifiers always look really neat until you start doing the wiring, and that's when they start to look a bit of a mess. But getting the wiring to look neat is one of the major challenges. So well done on that, and hopefully all is going to be okay, and we'll see lots of power out of it. The motor looked good too. Actually, it looked very big. Don't know how many horsepower that is, but I've just been using a 4 horsepower motor, which is much bigger than that. It's built into the lawnmower. I was cutting the grass. Right, what was I going to talk about? That's probably the thing to get onto quickly. Let's go to the rover cam first. So this is the predecessor of the unit Benno was building. I put a little heat tab on that because it got a bit hot. I've done something to fix that. I've reduced the voltage from the 12 volts. So looks similar, but a few things have moved about, so we'll see how it goes. And you can probably see the robust USB. Now there is now one of the, I've got one of the WizNet Ethernet Pico boards, which is the one we're going to use, but unfortunately I can't get it to work with my router. It works for DHCP, but the software that I've got, the latest version of the software I've got from Brian, doesn't do DHCP, it's fixed Ethernet address, and that doesn't seem to work. It works fine with USB. It's all running off USB power, incidentally. So there have been a few tweaks and changes to that, as you might expect, but keen to know how the beta testers get on with the various bits, and then we may make some changes. I can see a few of the tracks look a bit close. They're okay, but it'd be nice if they were further away around the NIM. And there may be some other things that could be improved as well, so feedback. As for the lack of regulators, the 3.3 volts is a very common regulator. There are other equivalents, so that shouldn't be a problem. 1.1 volt, less common, so let's hope. But this is the problem. Whenever you design anything, it immediately goes out of production. Right, so the other thing I was going to talk about is this. This is a USB tester, which I've just acquired. And it connects to the computer as well. And I really got it for testing things like the Pico, because what I was using, one of the cheap testers, didn't work at all. Now here it is physically, incidentally, and it's got one port is going to the computer, the other is being powered from the computer. But it's dropping a few volts on the cable. That's not ideal, but actually it helps with the dissipation for the regulators. Right, hopefully you can see that again. And the graph that you can see is the startup of the Pico. So you plug it in. It takes about 100 and something milliamps. Just under 200 actually. The current is the green wire. And then it suddenly shoots up to about 800 milliamps. 890 milliamps, which is where it is now. That number will depend on the bus voltage, because the Pico has a buck converter in it, buck boost. But the other converters are not buck boost, so they're just standard linear regulators. So there we go. 890 milliamps. So if your USB port can support that, fine. Most modern machines should support 2.5 amps. With USB 3, but we'll have the negotiation going, and the latest firmware, certainly Colin's, I don't know about Brian's, is soft start, so you plug it in and it doesn't actually power most of the board. It holds off for a while and then brings the power up. So hopefully that will be compatible with everybody else's systems. We'll see. But if you can't supply 800 milliamps, well, you shouldn't be running it off USB, I guess, is the answer to that. Okay, so as I said, I was in Geneva last week doing ITU stuff. There's going to be a lot of travel coming up for all sorts of different things, so I don't know how much I'll be around, but I'll try and watch the net offline. The other thing I did do, incidentally, is I purchased a GSM/4G controller, which allows me to kill the PTT via a mobile phone. So theoretically I can then operate QO-100 safely with remotely, because everything would work perfectly well remote, apart from the fact that if something all goes wrong, I can run downstairs and disconnect the power amplifier and turn the mains off. I can't do that when I'm away, so I need to have a reliable way of making sure it doesn't go into some transmit mode. Okay, that's it. I'll send you some details, Gary, if there are any spare clapper boards, because as you can tell, my lip sync's out again. Right, so with that, it's Paul, PE1AVP, G0MJW.
And the usual check to see whether I do have audio. And the usual. Okay, there is audio. That's really good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the people in the net and all others watching at the moment. From the Netherlands, well, looking outside, the actual weather, yeah, I say it's bad. That's subjective, of course, but it's really stormy. You have to think about wind speeds at the moment of 80 kilometers an hour, and that's quite a lot. We can have a short look at the beach, how it looks at the moment. Let's see whether that works. No, that doesn't work that well. Because besides it's stormy, it's also raining a lot, so the camera is completely wet. I do apologize for that picture. Okay, thanks Gary for controlling the net. Really great. You're doing that nearly every week, I noticed, and it takes quite some time. Last week I still had a terrible cold. Well, I'm kind of suffering from it for 2 weeks now, but it's getting better, and that's good. But I used my time to restore 2 Isomec espresso machines. Well, I'm not gonna bother you with it, but yeah, it means I can take my coffee again. That's important. And secondly, I worked on a personal computer of yeah, a young guy in our family who built a game PC. Yes, I enjoy double espressos, Mike. Oh, yeah, comes later. But I worked on a gameplay PC, and well, actually, this guy wants to show more than 50 frames per second on his monitor, and the PC did not support that due to latency trouble between the Ryzen processor and the GeForce video card. Well, I think that problem is solved, but I personally don't have a monitor that's able to show more than what is it, 60 frames per second. Well, we need to return the PC to test it. But what I want to say, that this personal computer, the processor, is water cooled, and what draw my attention, that is that on the cooler itself there is a tiny display, and they show video on that display. On the water cooler. It's unbelievable what they do these days with those personal computers. Okay, short response to the contribution of others. First of all, Fabiano, again, congratulations on your new dish. And what you notice that is that if you have a large size dish, it really contributes to the reception of the signal, and also to yeah, the amount of power that you need for transmission. So really good. Benno, your audio was a bit rough. That means the stereo sound, because it moves from left to right, and it is confusing, but it is stereo. Yeah, I want to give a compliment on the video that you sent last week of this this plane, which was well, jet driven. Really wonderful to see that people can build this. Yeah, really nice. Brian, my condolences. Sorry to hear that your brother passed away. Yeah, that really is a pity, Brian. Yeah, you were talking about the doctors' strike. I read it in the newspapers, the situation in England, and in some way I do understand that. Phil, clear about OBS, and Bert, it's always nice to see the amplifier, while you have been talking about it a lot on the narrowband transponder. And Mike, regarding yeah, this USB tester, that is really a nice tool, huh? Yeah, I was thinking about the USB cables, because you intend to transport a lot of power over the USB cable, but many of these cables are really of poor quality. Sorry for my cough. It is still there. I'm quiet for a moment, if you don't mind. Yeah, that's what you have if you're still having a cold. Yeah, what I also wanted to do, because only 10 minutes in advance of the net, I decided to join the net, and I thought, what could I show? Well, on the radio hobby, nearly nothing happened. But I'm running a parallel project, and maybe I can share that shortly. Well, if the cough gets too bad, then... I solve it in an other way. Hopefully there's audio again. Thanks for saying this. I simply continue, and it's good that you did not hear me coughing because it was really bad. Okay, there was quite some coal inside the engine, but for a car that is dated from the 1950s, that is not bad at all. Okay, this is how it all started. You see let's say the frame that we built upon. Again, the engine. Now, as what you see, we did overhaul the crankshaft and build it up again. We also, I'm always talking about we because you see that there are some other people helping me. Which makes a lot of fun. But you see that we try to build up the top. What's interesting, the top is not only made out of steel, but also made out of wood. So basically, these are steel plates which are nailed around wood. That's how it's built, and we place it up on the frame. Okay, a bit about the suspension. Yeah, you can even see the shock absorber, which is on the top. Also interesting. So, yeah, that is the way in which we are building. What's important, the car must be original, of course, especially if I intend to get a license plate in the Netherlands. And here you can see the serial number, the frame number. That was put into the chassis. Okay, we were able to make a photograph and get the papers so that, yeah, formally this car will be accepted. We put the engine back to the frame again, as what you can see. This is a photo, difficult to see myself. Sorry. But I'm sitting in front of the car to make the wiring for the dashboard. It's yeah, a job like the one that Bert did, but now on a car. I have to cough again. Sorry for it. Ah, it's really terrible. I thought I had come over the cold, but it is not true. Okay, back to the photos. Okay, I'm also making the interior of the car. You see that the floorboard is already available. Working on the backside of the car. If you look at the dash, I'm also restoring the meters myself. That's also quite an interesting job. Not much electronically to do, but a lot of mechanical stuff. The amp meter burned away completely, but I simply renewed the inside of the amp meter and restored it to the original status. Well, doors into the car. Well, this is a terrible job, guys, I can tell you. Because the doors nearly never fit, eh? And that's also what you can see. Well, it's good enough. I simply accept it. The back side of the car, there will be a kind of trunk. That was made later. You will see it. The car is growing actually, and that makes a lot of fun. The front grille, which was repainted, of course. Here you see it, the back of the car. Now you can see that there's a kind of cabinet in the trunk to store the hood. Is it called the hood in English? I think so. Okay, and this is the kind of current condition of the car. Still a lot of work to do, but hopefully this year we will be able to make a first drive. Well, this is what I could share at this moment with you. Since I read in the chat that even kijken, Mike would, it was no. Who would? Oh, nee, Peter would like to give it a try. So I hand over the microphone to Peter. You already know it, but within 15 minutes I will leave. Wish you all the best and hopefully until next week.
All right then, hopefully, and the right frequency. I just fired it up, but I tested on a different frequency, and of course, I'm still on that frequency. Okay, so hopefully I've got a signal now. I don't know. I am not seeing myself. It may turn up in a moment. I'm not really going to worry about it, but I'll try and restart that. And hopefully. Have we got? Yeah, we're encoding. I think we're all working. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think it's all good. Somebody will tell me. Somebody tell me on the messaging page if I can find chat. Okay. A little low, but working. Yeah. Well, it was about dead frequency, but anyway, here we go. This is GW7BZY. Sorry about that earlier. It'd been working perfectly. I spoke to Leon a little earlier in the day. Hello, Leon there, and Gary, and thank you very much for the offer of the clapboard, which I will accept with thanks, etc. Gratefully accept is the word I'm looking for. I could do with something to help my lips sync, definitely. I'm sorry, Brian, about your brother. My brother died some 10 years ago, very suddenly. He had pulmonary embolism, and he was only in his late 40s, about 47, and he was alive one day, and of course I didn't go visit him. I was over, like you do, you know what I mean, you've got all the time in the world, and I didn't visit him that Sunday. I was over visiting my old ma, and he was dead on the Monday, unfortunately. So such things happen. Very shocking indeed, I'm sure. Mike, the Pico tuner, very interested in it. I haven't seen any kits on the in the shop of late. There used to be kits. I know you do circuit boards and stuff, but I think I did my first tuner, and it was. set. I've got a lot of got sun shining in the back. I suppose I put the camera automatic. It might be a better idea. But I think it's being affected by the white paper behind me and adjusting the camera down a little bit. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The kit, a complete kit would be an ideal thing, because I don't really want to buy 100 or something sometimes. And when you go on Mauser or something, they want to sell you 100 of them. So it'd be quite good if there was a full kit of, or at least mostly full kit. See you later. Wife's going out. See your mother. What else was I going to say? Very interesting, the MG. I didn't quite see what car it was to start with until I saw the badge on the bonnet, and looks all good, all fascinating stuff. Like cars, I used to play with cars as a child. We used to have a bit of land, and I used to drive an old car around there and maintain it, and just generally break it and then replace it. Anything else that I want to say? Leon, fantastic picture from you. I think you've got that cured. The large sensor Sony seems to be doing a really good job. It looks really nice. But there we are. Not as good as a 3-chip camera, obviously, but I think a Sony single chip is quite good. I'm running full HD today, 15 frames a second. I've adjusted my black level and my white level a little bit to make it now legal. I've seen there's a camera like mine on eBay, which isn't at a bad price. So if anybody's looking for a really good camera, there's one on the Sony PMW 350 available. It doesn't have a lens or a battery or anything, so that would be another additional expense. But I've got a lens of one of my spare cameras at the back there that I'd happily sell to some amateur if they want it. I think that's about it. I'm looking now on the telly, see what's going on the screen, see what's any. Yeah, Brian may be doing the kit. Well, that'd be great if you did. That would be fantastic. Do get some free post, get close to free post. Yeah, that might be good. It's just that when I looked at the Winter, is it the Winter Hill or the better or the more sophisticated tuner? Have some of the parts were going to be around. It was over £100 in parts because some of them you had to buy a large amount of them, and it got all worked to quite a high price. Whereas I know a lot of you have been building kits for years and have maybe parts, some of the components excess from the time you bought 100 previously, so it makes it quite expensive for something that you don't know, that I wouldn't know that was going to work, because I have an amplifier. This is the got to put my glasses on again, it's a real pain in the ass, isn't it? Amstat UK filter driver. Some of you might have noticed there isn't the parts on it, because I did exactly what it says not to do in the instructions. It says open the bag and stick them out, both bags, and then I read the instructions and I found I couldn't recognise the parts anymore. So I have another one, and I have a spare one as well. And that was an issue I had earlier today. This is a quick story. Everything went off a little bit after I spoke to Leon, and power went, everything went, so I thought I must have killed the PA stage or so. I might have done a Martin KOE, and what I discovered, the wires had fallen off the PA, my great soldering, and it just fallen off, both of them, luckily. Shorted out, but hadn't killed the power supply unit. So I resoldered them on, and then I looked at the amplifier, which is in, which is out. It's probably obvious. Not necessarily obvious to me. It doesn't have an arrow, it doesn't have any markings, RF in, RF out. So it'll be on the. I remember when I had this kit, I had a sheet of paper and it showed the direction of travel. I couldn't find it. I went online, couldn't find it there either. So I just figured that logic would be that it would be as it is written, left to right, and it was. So that's all worked well. But it could have been the end of another disaster. Luckily, I've got a spare kit that has in the bag, or bags, should I say, unopened, which I could assemble. Okay, so any Fabio, fantastic dish. Leon, it was not Leon, Benno. It was I that put that comment on the sign-in page. My phone, it doesn't really, it doesn't scale the page, and it's quite easy to lose track of where you're writing because it only shows a very small portion of the page, and I probably obviously assumed it was my line and it was on yours, so apologies for that. Not that it really matters very much. We want Peter and we want him now, hopefully, that you are getting me, because hopefully there is a signal. Hopefully I am transmitting. But there we are. I don't know, I haven't seen the picture. Why am I not transmitting? Okay. Audio. I don't know why I'm not. Am I transmitting? Is anybody seeing me?
It's just your test pattern, Peter.
Okay, I'm going to move the net along. Let's just see that we've locked. Peter, yeah, you had a beautiful test pattern up throughout the whole... A beautiful test pattern throughout your over. Anyway, I'm just going to say quickly to Paul, because he wanted to run. Paul, great stuff on that motor car. Fantastic project. And it's coming on well. I hope you just keep us up to date. And if you do want to come in, just put yourself right on top of the list. And then we can get you in before you have to run off. Talking about running off, the clocks in England go back or forward tomorrow. No, next Sunday. So thereafter, you guys must decide, must we move the program up by an hour, if you'd want that, because look, we did bring it back by an hour to try and assist the guys in India, but none of them came up, so that's no good. So maybe we'll just go back to 1400 UTC. You guys must just say, especially in the UK, it's a bit dicey around the eating time. But anyway, Fabiano, great stuff on your dish. Well done. And that wild sandstorm, I bet you the Hoover sales have gone up quite dramatically. Yeah, Benno, audio in stereo. As you move around it, it's quite dramatic. And then hello, Peter again, GW7BZY. No video on this last over, but no problem on the clapperboard. We'll certainly get one off to you. And also to you, Mike. No, it's no problem. I'll have your call sign on it and your name on top. I'm going to do the little one, which is easier to handle. And then I still want to put the name on top here, and then, of course, the call sign. So that will be all done in this week. All right, Brian, again, sympathies with the loss of your brother. And yeah, my son had a pulmonary embolism. Just to go back to what Peter said earlier, and yeah, it's very quick. But anyway, you mustn't complain about your transport. We get packages quite quick, 2 or 3 days maybe a little bit longer, and then it takes weeks before we get it 50 kilometers down the drive. So I believe our post office is really collapsing all around. Anyway, yeah, Phil, sorry about the cold there. I hope it recovers, you recover quickly, and that you'll be back on all cylinders in by next week, hopefully. And then Bert, as per usual, Biomooi project, excellent project. We look forward to seeing that going on as it comes. Mike, okay, I see your motor's cut in the grass. Yeah, that also work. I've seen some of these light planes with engines twice the size. They've got a 50cc engine in the one I saw the other day. Massive thing. But all fun. And little Leslie's flying a bit, and he was ably helped by Leon. You know, Leon, he gave a speech the other day of his trip down to Cape Town with Grandpa. And he said the highlight of the week was meeting Uncle Leon and seeing all these planes. So there we go. All right, Paul's gone, I'm sure. I'm going to make this the last over because quite late and I'm expecting guests. So Fabiano, we'll keep the overs short. You take it, you pass it down the list. You can maybe then pass it to, Benno and then to Peter to get into the right sequence. And then Peter, let's just keep these overs a bit shorter so that we can wrap up. So, Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Tango to take from ZS6YI.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Yeah, I forgot on the previous mic to comment the audio sync plates. Gary, amazing job. Okay, amazing job. I really like that plates. Thank you for comments also. I forgot also, well, I need to organize myself, then I make notes in this time. Because I'm not familiar yet with the net to comment what people see. I saw all of you, and then I forgot to mention and comment what you're sharing in your projects. Sorry about that, but I pay attention on everything, but sometimes when it's my time, I'm more concentrated, looking to everything is working. Look, see my laptop, 3 monitors, camera. I'm not using this camera. Yeah, it's good, but it's not 19 by 6. Yeah, I like also this one. I still need to. It's a Logitech 920. This one. And just to say, I look careful to everyone. I forgot to say hi to Phil, I believe. Don't see you for a few days, Phil. Sir Phil, thank you. Greetings from Portugal. We are missing also today Martin. I saw Martin yesterday here on transmission, but I'm not talking to him this week. I hope everything is okay, so maybe he's busy. Well, Leon, great image, very nice image when you came to the air, I saw, oh, very nice improvement. I really like the camera. The both image it's good, but the front camera looks like you have some shiny or some lightning, and can make some confusion. I mean, looks like it's lower quality, but it is not. It's good, but the more right camera is much better. It's very detailed, and your face and you very sharpness, very beautiful. The audio is good, but the image, really like it. Very nice, Leon. Benno, we again nice plates, Benno, and projects you are doing there. Yeah, you showed me yesterday your mini tuners. many tuners there. We are talking here in local chat with some other friends. We are here about the Winter Hill, I think. Yeah, interesting project. I finished my DATV, it's working now. Maybe I need to look for some to occupy myself with another project. I really don't need, but you know, we are always building something. I finished the antenna, there is some fine tunes and install the final putty, but after that, looks like it's finished. Very solid, very solid. I think when I find the position, we will never need to touch again. Well, Benno, about the plates, the mini tuner plates, and Bird for amplifier, very nice. Oh, Bird also like to fly. Look, I had my time also to fly airplanes. I have two airplanes, one 2 strokes, very simple, is a Calmato airplane, very training, that's the first one. And I have another Showtime, is a airplane for acrobacy, Showtime 45, I think. It's not here in my home, it's at my mother house. I don't have place here to have it. Yeah, big airplane is electric, is electric engine. The Calmato is 2-stroke, is fuel, but the other one is very huge. I running on 6S battery, LiPo battery, consume around on the full throttle around 80 ampere. Oh, it's flashing my camera. What is it doing? What's going? It's flashing. Yeah. Well, just to say, I also went on the airplanes. I not fly for a long time, but I also helicopter. I had one helicopter, electric, just little ones. I forgot the name, but there is most common helicopter. I think is 90 centimeter diameter helicopter. Well, Paul, very amazing car project, MG 960, unbelievable, very nice. I really appreciate the people who do this kind of project. I never been into the hobby, the car hobby. I bought my first car very late, and is a kind of thing I never paid that much time or attention, but really appreciate it. Congratulations, beautiful to see. Thank you very much to share with us. It's amazing. I saw a message from on the YouTube. I want to say greetings and thank you for everyone who's watching us on YouTube. This is a very good way to people who don't have DATV to follow us. I look there is Eri Thor, maybe Thor the god, maybe. He's received Bird, who is, yeah? No, Benno go to Iceland. Benno and girlfriend will go to Iceland. Yeah, I saw they are talking on the chat, on the YouTube chat. Someone is asking if Ari is near the lava. The lava, he said someone lose a drone today. Yeah, I know people try to make nice image with commercial drones and try to fly over the lava. Yeah, he says it's very hot, even 100 meters above the lava. Yeah, true. I read some histories about that. People trying to fly with commercial drones like the GGI, and they lose their drones over the lava. Amazing. Maybe Ben will help Ari to mount his DATV station. Is maybe what understood. Very nice to have Ari from Iceland on DATV. I don't think I have Iceland on QO-100 voice QSO. I also checked the footprint. I was not sure if Iceland is covered by footprint, but yeah, I searched on the internet. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, Ari, YouTube, Iceland, lava, lost drone, Beno goes there, and we miss Martin now today. We miss it here on the DATV net. I mean, of course, everything from me, it's okay. I want to thank you again. Wish a good week, good work week. All the best to everyone. Thank you for everyone to comment about my dish, what we are working here. And hope to see you during the week or on the next Sunday, the DATV net. 73 everyone, I will still here. Not go on air, maybe not go on air again. If someone calls me, I will follow at the end, at very close the net, but I will not expect to come in the air again. Thank you everyone, and best 73. Bye bye.
So let's put my face on. Yeah, we really need some regie. What's it called in Holland? I'm not sure what's the English name of it, but some desk next to me, organizing all the buttons and all the slides to get the right picture out. That would help us. We at least can concentrate on what we want to say, and we don't have an auto cue also. So yeah, we need a director organizing this transmissions. And Peter, yeah, unfortunately I saw a nice test card, and I even lost the moving test card. It was just a steady test card with no other image, but your voice was okay. Yeah, okay, well, nice pictures from everyone, saw most of it, and Ari is also looking at it. Hello Ari. Yeah, you should come on the net, Ari. You can come on the net. I have helped out Ari online with his transmissions, and he can use the. He has already made beautiful transmissions on the satellite. He has large dishes available, and so he should be able to get good signals on the satellite. I think it's only time issue that he's not on the satellite. But Ari should be on the satellite as well. Hi Ari. He's looking, I see. Yes. And actually Ari told me last week that when he cannot get to the airport at the moment because there was lava across the road, on the route to the airport, there's lava on the road. So yeah, he lives around there, and I think that's quite common, like hailstorms here and lightning storms in South Africa, day-to-day job, and they just have lava on the road, which is nothing strange unless you touch it. I see they have quite a bit of problems of directing this lava to safe places. Lava is doing what it wants, and obviously it doesn't concur always what we want it to do. But then again, this is Iceland, I believe, and yes, actually he convinced me that I'm going to have a long-hauled wish. One of my bucket lists is visit Iceland, and actually I booked a travel by the end of next month to see Ari and to see the sights in Iceland. But I'm not going to help him out. He should be able to do that by now himself. He's a satellite specialist, so he knows how to work on the satellite, I would say. And yeah, things like Node-RED and things like that, well, can be done online, no problem. Okay, that's basically it. And yes, Mike, I think your board is okay. Revision 3 is even better, I believe. I actually put the 5-volt regulator on there, but I think it needs to have a 4-point something regulator on there. But yeah, I think I will be okay, and I will monitor these boards. I actually, I'm not paying attention as well, Fabiano, because look what I did over the last half hour or so. This is what I did. So putting all the parts on there, the next board ready. I'm not doing kits, but apparently I'm doing kits because I have a few boards, and I will prepare them for the local people here, which asked me what is doing. Okay, well, that's good to know, Mike. I think I will end up putting on the 5-volt regulators, putting a diode in series to get it to let it a little bit lower, to get rid of a little bit power. And yeah, you know how much the minimum amount is of boards you get, and these are mine boards, and I know there is a big batch of order for the BATC, and they will be on the shop soon, this week or next week, somewhere in the next 1 or 2 weeks. So if you're planning something, start building together your stock and getting all the parts, and then by the time the boards are here, I think you will get it, be able to organize that. Okay, well, that's all for now. Have a nice time, and yes, I think we will see each other next week. No, not next week. Next week is Easter, and I won't be here available on Easter time. So next week is Easter here in the Netherlands, and I think worldwide. So that means we'll see each other in probably somewhere along the line on the net or on somewhere in the week. From Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, passing it on to Peter. Peter, do you have your camera on? Hi. And I think you will get it. But monitor your signal, and if your signal is there, and maybe monitor the chat, because everyone tried to reach you and no information there. So I like to see your face, Peter. From Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray, passing it back to Peter. He said why? 3 Fox Bravo X-ray.
I'm hoping for okay. I'm just waiting for something to... Okay, so I'm a little bit off tune, I can see that much. I might have to try a little fill. I'm sure there's a way to fix that, but... Just waiting to see what's happened. What happens. Yes, there I am. Fantastic. Great. Sorry about that earlier. I don't know what was going on. VMix or something somewhere, or DATV Red decided to stop playing. I've been having a little bit of problems with things. Today, transmission went off, and then video just stopped. So anyway, regardless, thanks. Sorry, great apologies. Yeah, I should have kept more of an eye on the chat. And I've lost the chat now. That seems to have disappeared. So anyway, great stuff. I'll keep it short, if not sweet. I gave DATV Easy a go as well, Benno, and it wasn't going to play for me. It wasn't easy. It didn't work. I did try the things they said to in the installation instructions, and no. What else? The kit, if there's a kit, then I'll buy a kit, otherwise I'll have to buy parts, because I could do with a new receiver. I have this Minitune Express, and it's old, and it's been running very hot for a very long time, so it's going to die at some point, and I need a supplementary receiver, and maybe two receivers. The two channel one would be ideal, wouldn't it? Anything else I want to say? Volcanoes, yeah, like rain here in Wales, I suppose. It's just one of them things you've got to get used to. A bit of lava here and there. Of course, I don't know much about lava or volcanoes. There's rain, maybe a bit of a thing I know about. But surely they put out a lot of CO2. How is this affecting the global warming? And I'll need to go 20 miles an hour. I don't know. I'm sure, what do you call it, all that, it's the Icelanders that are to blame for the global warming, and they want to get their volcanoes under control. Anyway, with that, hello Ari, I don't know Ari there, but yeah, sorry to, yeah, it's warm up there in the Iceland, isn't it, at least in patches. CT7, nice animations, I like them. Excellent stuff. Leon, great picture. I'm running full HD. I'll have a bit of feedback on that. I thought there's quite a bit of competition, strong competition on the video front, so I thought it's time I up my game and maybe put it into full HD, 1080p. With that, I'm going to go. This is Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee. Who am I handing it around to? G6HFS GW7BZY. No test card.
Oh look, there you go. That's one of my pattern ships. That's a Quicken. GPS recorded it at 127 straight level flight. So yeah, you have to have your wits about it when you're flying it. That was taken when it was a bit warm, as you can see. My knees are out. Well, it's been a good afternoon and evening. I haven't got a lot to add, so I'll just say 7.3s and cheers to Gary for running the net. And I think we're out next weekend as it's Easter, so I shan't be on. So I'll just say 7.3s, good afternoon, and hand it round to Phil, M0PIT, G6HFS.
Oh, look at that. Too much sunshine. Let's do it on that camera. Don't really have much to add. Make sure I'm getting a signal. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, over there. Yeah, don't have much to add, guys. I've been coughing a bit, so I'm not going to carry on for too long. Martin, KOE, he's on domestic duties, I understand. So that's why he's not here. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going to disappear. It's only going to be a quick one. I don't really have much more to add. Yeah, thanks, Gary, for the net. Yeah, it's really good. Really enjoy the net on a Sunday. So right, I think that's enough for me. So I'm going to put up a test card and have a good cough, I think. I'll see you guys next week. So I presume the time's going to change. So I'm sure we're going to find out what time we'll be on air again next week. But anyhow, have a good week, everyone, and hope to see you on the satellite maybe during the week or next weekend. Right, I shall say goodbye. Who am I handing it over to? Bert, if he's still there. So let's put up the test card.
Yep, that's me again. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, nothing more to tell. Say on this side. Yeah, Fabiano. I know the Calmato. A very known anyway in the Netherlands for training turbo pose. To learn fly RC models is Calmato a nice thing. Most of the time there's a 6.5 cc glow engine on it. And about the cars, what Paul showed, yeah, I did it also a couple of years ago, but some other size, probably the car from Paul fits in my trunk. Yeah, this one is a little bigger, but anyway, you have fun with it. Okay, we'll say everybody have a nice weekend and see you next time. I don't know if I will be on next weekend during the Easter Bunny Festival. See you next time from Papa Alpha, 3 Alpha Oscar Delta, and the system goes then back to the UK to Mike and G0 MJW from PH3 AOD.
Okay, thank you very much. I've adjusted my lip sync, but I think I moved it in the wrong direction, so sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, very interesting net as always. I'm not sure I'll be on next week because it's Easter, and then I certainly won't be on the week after, unless I do some clever remoting in. So let's hope it all goes well and I can watch it on YouTube. Very impressive plane that, Brian. It looked huge to me. And now I understand what KV is. So 1000 RPM per volt. Yeah. And you're running it off 6 cells, so that's pretty fast. Anyway, yeah, very good. not much else to add, so I hope everyone has a good week. And as for the boards, the PCBs, I'm not going to order a big batch until we have got them tested by the beta testers. And if there are any changes to be made, we'll do those, but that shouldn't be too long now. And yeah, I think a kit of parts would be a useful way to go, especially for people who are not used to ordering for the likes of DigiKey and Mouser. But also it allows economies of scale, because quite often things like resistors are a fixed price, so you buy one and it's 8p or 10p with VAT, or 10 cents, and you buy 10 and it's probably 12 cents. So for all of them, it's better to buy them in bulk. Right, not sure who's next really, because Paul was next, but he's dropped off the list, so I think it's probably to Gary. But Gary said he was going to drop off as well, so I will say 73 to everyone and leave it for whoever wants to pick it up. G0MJW.
Okay, Mike. Now, I said I'd make this the last over. We just wrap up. We want to wish everyone a very happy Easter. Believe it or not, we have 90 views on YouTube. 90 views, fantastic. And there are many people to greet. Ari, of course, and he said he will come up. Saw you there, Mike, as well, having a quick natter on the YouTube chat box. Hello to Ishmael. Ishmael always comes up. That's Delta Lima 2 India Echo. Hello to Paul. He's on today on YouTube. OE8PCK. Nice to see you, Paul. And then did I say hello to Alfredo? Italy Kilo 1 Charlie Oscar Alpha. And let me just see who else. Of course, Bert was there. Let me just quickly see. Adam, hello Adam, SP9 ACQ. And Stuart, he's in Botswana. ZR6 Sierra Delta Charlie Papa. I wonder why it's such a long call sign. Anyway, so those are the others we've already greeted. With that, I'm going to close the net. Wish everybody a very happy week. Lovely Easter. I will be on Sunday. We'll try. And whoever's on is on. And we must just get some consensus on the time. Should I move it back to 1400 UTC like we did until the clocks went back? So if everyone's in agreement, we can do it on WhatsApp. You can just send us a message. I'll put a message out on WhatsApp and also on email, and then we can find out if we should just move the clocks or move the story back to 1400 UTC. Okay, with that, 7-3 to all. I'll be closing the net, and this is ZS6YI bidding the 92 viewers now on YouTube a very happy week. 7-3 to all.